learn how to calculate your cycle length before even knowing how to calculate your safe days to avoid pregnancy or how to calculate for your filter window. Trust me, if you don't know how to calculate your length of your cycle, if you don't even know your length of your cycle, there is no way you're going to be knowing how, there's no way you're going to be calculating your safe days correctly in order to avoid pregnancy or to even know your fertile window. Now stay to the end of this video. Let's get right into it. Hello guys, you're welcome back. It's your girl Nasma. If you're a returning subscriber here, you got a special place in my heart. New subscribers, you're welcome here on this our channel here. I'll be talking about hair talks, little bit of skincare, and just some little lifestyle. So you're welcome here. Thank you for subscribing and thank you for joining the family. You're welcome. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about how to calculate your safe days in order to avoid pregnancy. Also, how to calculate for your fertile window. I mentioned that to know how to calculate your safe days in order to avoid pregnancy, you need to know your cycle length, guys. Yes, you need to know your cycle length. If you don't know your cycle length, there is no way you're going to be knowing how to calculate for your safe days or to even calculate for your fertile window in order to conceive or to avoid pregnancy. Now, before we get right into this video, I want you to quickly grab your calendars and calculate with me. So we're going to be using this month, December. I hope you're really seeing the video clearly. We're going to be using the month December, and we're going to be assuming that I started my period on the 4th of December. Now we are calculating for how to avoid how to calculate for the safe day, our safe days to avoid pregnancy, meaning how to know your safe days, the days that are safe for you to have unprotected intercourse and you won't get pregnant. At least there is at least up to like an 85% chance that you won't get pregnant. Now remember I said we are using the month December, of which has 31 days, and I started seeing my period on 4th. And my period lasted for 4 days, which is happens that on 4th was my day 1, 5th was day 2, 6th was day 3, 7th was the 4th. So my period finished on 7th, meaning I stopped seeing blood on 7th. So on 4th was my day 1, day 2 was my 5th, day 6 was my day 3 was on 6th, and day 4 was on 7th. Now we're going to calculate for my length of my cycle in order to avoid pregnancy. So guys, remember that I started seeing my period on 4th. So, and I saw my next period on 29th. Remember that we are just picking a date in order to learn how to calculate for our safe days in order to avoid pregnancy. Because I know when you'll be seeing this video, it will not yet be 29th. So the next day I saw, or the next time I saw my period was on 29th. We are assuming I saw my next period on 29th, please. So I first saw my period on 4th, and my next period I saw it on 29th. Now guys, to calculate for your cycle length, in order to know how to calculate for your cycle length, you will start counting from the first day you started seeing your period, or the first day you saw blood, which was the beginning of your menstrual cycle, to a day before your next menstrual period or your next menstrual cycle. A day before your next menstrual cycle. Don't forget, guys. I didn't say on your next day, the day you are seeing your next period. I'm talking about a day before your next menstrual cycle. Remember I started seeing my period on 4th, and my next period appeared on 29th. So I'm going to calculate from on 4th to on 28th, which is 28 is a day before my next period appeared, or a day before I started seeing blood, which signifies that my next menstrual cycle has begun. Now, so the cycle length are the days from the beginning of your period to a day before your next period appears, meaning that your cycle length are the days in between your period, from the beginning of your period to a day before your next period. That is your cycle length. So I started seeing my period on 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th, and my next period appeared on 29th. So my cycle length will be from on 4th to 28th. Now guys, let's calculate, let's count in order to know how many day cycle length do I have, how many days cycle length do I have. And mind you, sorry, for the normal days of cycle length falls within this range, falls within 21 to 35 days. So if you have a cycle length less than 21 days or a cycle length greater than 35 days, trust me, you need to go to the hospital. You need to see your doctor. So those of you that say that you see your period twice in a month, if your cycle length is within this range of 21 to 35 days, trust me, there is nothing wrong with you. There's absolutely nothing wrong with you. Trust me, you are safe. But if you have a cycle length less than 21, you need to see your gynecologist or you need to see your doctor. If you have a cycle length greater than 31st, you also need to see your doctor. So remember I said I started seeing my period on 4th and it lasted till on 7th, and my next period appeared on 29th, and my cycle length is from the beginning of my period, the first day of my period, to a day before my next period appears. If for example that I started seeing my period on 4th and my next period appeared on 29th, meaning that from on 4th to 28th is my cycle length. I hope you are with your calendar and I hope I'm not too fast and I hope I'm passing the information. So we are going to be calculating my cycle length. So we are taking on 4th to be my day 1, on 5th to be my day 2, 6th to be my day 3, 7th to be my day 4, 8th to be my day 5, 9th to be my day 6, 10th to be my day 7, 11th to be my day 8, day 9, day 10, day 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So this approximately means that I calculated from the first day I saw my period to a day before my next period begins. My cycle length approximately is 25 days. I hope you are getting me, guys. My period started from on 4th and my next period started on 29th. So my cycle length will be from on 4th to a day before my next period, which is on 28th, and I have a 25 days cycle. And remember that I said for a normal range for a cycle length, which is normal, is from 21 to 35 days. And having a 25-day cycle length falls within this range, which shows that it is normal. Now, in order to calculate now for how to the day I'm unlikely to be ovulating, in order to calculate for my ovulation day, we normally subtract your cycle length from 14 days, like the number of days of your cycle length from 14 days. Remember that I have a 25-day cycle length, so I'll be subtracting 14 days from my 25. And if I subtract 25 from 14, I'm going to be having 11. So don't let me come again. I said to calculate for ovulation day, you are going to be subtracting your cycle length. If you're having a 21-day cycle length, you are subtracting 14 days from that 21. If you're having a 22-day cycle length, you are subtracting 14 days from that 22. If you're having a 23-day cycle length, you are subtracting 14 days from that 23 days. Now I have a 25-day cycle length, so I subtracted 14 days from 25 and I have 11. This means that I'm ovulating on the 11th day of my cycle length. Now let's go. I'm on 14th here, happens to be my 11th day of my cycle length, meaning that I will be ovulating on 14th, because on 14th was the 11th day of my cycle. Remember that I subtracted 25 days, which is my cycle length, which is 25 days. I subtracted 14 days. 14 days is like a constant we use in getting your ovulation. It doesn't change it. You subtract 14 days from 25. It gives you your ovulation day. So I'm likely to ovulate on 14. For those of you who are trying to conceive, if you have like a 26-day cycle length, you subtract 14 days from that 26. So start having intercourse from that day you are ovulating, or even days before that day of ovulation, and even like few days after it. Trust me, by God's grace, there's no possibility that you'll be getting pregnant. And now there's something that we need to know, that the male sperm or the sperm has the ability to stay in the female tract for at least up to 5 days. It survives for up to 5 days. So meaning that if I'm ovulating on 14th, and if I have sex like on 11th, there's a possibility that I might still get pregnant. Because why? The male sperm has the ability to stay alive or remain very, very, very alive in the female tract even 5 days, 3 days after sexual intercourse. Now, I as a lady, if I'm trying to conceive, we do this thing of like +2 -2. Meaning that if this is my ovulation day, which is the 11 is on 14th, if I have sex on 12, I can get pregnant. If I have sex on 13th, I can get pregnant. Remember I said that the male sperm has the ability to remain in the female genital, in the female tract, up to the female reproductive tract, up to at least 3 days or even 5 days. So if I have sex on 12, I can get pregnant. If I have sex on 13th, I can get pregnant. Because this like 2 days before my ovulation day, I can survive there and it can swim till when I will start ovulating. And ovulation is when the ovaries releases egg for reproduction. So I can get pregnant. So even if I have sex on 15th, I can still get pregnant. On 16th, I can still get pregnant, because trust me, your activities for the month, or if you are under stress, you have just been maybe stressed, no matter, it just depends on how your body is able to tolerate your cycle for that month, or how your body perceives the whole of your activities for the month. So it's bound to like even alter your ovulation day, or it can even alter your menstrual cycle. So I can ovulate on 14th, and it is also important that you as a lady to pay close attention to your body, like read and master your body, like pay close attention to your body. Because for some persons, when they are ovulating, some persons are tend to experience lower abdominal pain. For some persons, there is a change in body temperature, and also some persons, they can even feel this nauseousness. Some persons, I've seen many clients or patients who complain about loss of appetite on their ovulation day. So pay close attention to your body, and trust me, you will understand how this whole thing works. And for those of you that have irregular cycle length, I won't say you should use your like this. Those of you that have seen your period for this month, congratulations. And those who have not seen your period for that month, also congratulations. Whichever way, congratulations on both sides. Don't mind me anyway. So trust me, if you want to get your cycle in, don't just use that month you just finish your period, or if the month you are yet to like see your period, don't use that month to conclude or to know your cycle in. At least count like 3 months. You can, like, we're in the month of December, you should start from like October. Okay, when you saw your period, how many days cycle length, you write it down. On November, when you saw your period, how many days cycle length, you write it down. December, when you saw your period, how many days cycle length, you also write it down. If it happens that for all these 3 consecutive months, you have a 24-day cycle length, or a 25-day cycle length, or 26-day cycle length, and they were all the same days, trust me, that is your cycle length. In as far that your hormones are not messing up with your system, your hormones are not messing up with, because we females, one of the most thing that we suffer for as ladies is our hormones. Our hormones keep toying with us. So trust me, if you have your cycle length if you calculate your cycle length for 3 consecutive months and they appear to be the same cycle length, that is your cycle length. So you can use that to calculate for your fertile window, and you also use that to calculate for your safe days in order to avoid pregnancy. Now let's look at our safe days. Now I said I will be ovulating on 14th, which is my day 11th. And if I have sex on 12th, I can get pregnant. On 13th, I can get pregnant. 15th, I can get pregnant. 16th, I can still get pregnant. Because the male sperm has the ability to stay in the female reproductive tract for at least 3 to 5 days. Now my safe days will be, remember I stopped seeing my period on 4th. So on 8th, I can have sex, I won't get pregnant. There's an 85% chance I won't get pregnant. So my safe day starts from on 8, 9, 10, 11. So to be on the safer side, I will even advise that when you even have unprotected sex on day 11th or this day 11th, which is like 3 days prior to your ovulation day, you should even grab an emergency contraceptive pill, or you can also use the withdrawal method in order to prevent pregnancy, because the male sperm I said can stay alive in the female reproductive tract up to 3 days to 5 days. So it's better that you take an emergency contraceptive or withdrawal method in order to prevent pregnancy. Don't say Nosmavi say that these are my safe days. Just take it to be like on like to be on the safer side. But if you have sex from 8, 9, 10, you would get pregnant. After you're done with your ovulation, because I said we are going to be doing this, we'll do this +2 -2. That is like 2 days prior to your ovulation period and even 2 days after your ovulation period, because anything can still happen. So outside those days, on 17th now, you are free, 18 you are free, 19 you are free, 20th you are free, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28 you are also free. Till day 29, which your next menstrual cycle begins. So these days, aside the days on which you are likely to ovulate, or at least ±2 days prior to your ovulation day, that are not considered, are considered as your unsafe days. But every other days are considered as your safe days. So these days are considered to be the days that are not safe for you, which is the plus or -2. But every other days are considered safe days till your next menstrual cycle begins. I don't really know if you understand me. So these are the days of which you can have sexual intercourse with others, unprotected sex, and you won't get pregnant. But for these days, these are the days that you're likely to be ovulating and even pregnancy can occur. And for those who are trying to conceive, or to our TTCs, mothers or ladies who are trying to conceive, you can start having sex from day 12, day 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th. There's a possibility, at least there's a 99 or 95% chance that you will get pregnant. Without any underlying health issues ruled out, you will fall pregnant or you will get pregnant within this day. I hope you understand, and I hope this video was useful, and I hope that you take your time, make sure that you pause this video, go back to read, understand each and every step I took here, understand my explanation. If there is any question or there is anything that is not clear, leave them down in the comment section and I'll be attending to all questions. I'll be replying to all comments. Every questions you have to answer, to ask, I'll be answering all your questions. So thank you for staying to the end of this video. I hope this video was helpful. Do well to share this to your loved ones, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Thank you.